This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The following will contain strong language, adult themes, and Mara. Listener discretion is advised. You guys already know the drill. Hi, we saying this now.
Hi guys, what's goody? It's Tammy.
Hey, it's your girl Mara.
And this is the Not Too Much podcast. If you know,
You know. Guys, I actually realised something. By the time this season is released, Nell will be 20 and I'll be 22. Wait, hold on. 20,2. Okay.
And I'm still the baby.
okay. And
What's your point? 20 is going to catch you too.
How does it feel being old?
You'll find out soon.
Right. I don't know why you don't have that much of him. It's just an age.
You're saying this
But
now.
as if you didn't just say, oh, at least I'm still a baby.
I'm still a baby.
I am.
If you don't...
Sound like a
The background.
whole ass auntie.
Okay.
I felt that to my core.
Okay. Things were said. Guys, can we just... But I was realising the other day, like, we're actually... 4 years ago, we were GCSE students.
Ew.
We are approaching that half-decade mark. Matter of fact, that half-decade mark is approaching us.
It's
'Cause
running towards me.
I'm not coming voluntarily.
And I'm running away.
Bolt.
I gotta ask. Because I've been asking myself. Are we aunties?
Ah.
That was so auntie of you.
That hit you hard. No, but like, I said to myself every day, like, no, but that means I'll be calling my mum an auntie. Listen, no disrespect. No, but I was like, I'm becoming more like my mum and my aunties each and every day. Like my mannerisms, everything. It's scaring me.
No, because even the way I talk.
Exactly. It's not just for fun anymore.
Because the kids, the kids are on half term. I used to be the kids.
Yo, no.
The fact that we
seriously.
call them the kids.
Exactly. What are we? We ain't getting down with the kids no more.
Because now I'm
Get down with the kids. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Let me do a small TikTok to get involved.
No, but for real, like, I'm like, I know there's more kids around this half term. As if I wasn't.
No, that's the thing. When I'm out in town and I'm seeing so many people in school uniform, so many ties and like blazers, I'm like, what's this?
Yeah.
Y'all still here?
You people got a special occasion coming up. Fancy attire.
I don't know. But like, does anyone in your family call you like auntie yet? Like any of the youngest?
I'm the baby of my family. They call me auntie. They're great auntie.
Oh really?
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry.
She really came for them.
No, but it's a thing of like, if I'm looking outside of like my like immediate family, I just have this sense that like my little cousins and everything must think that I'm so old.
That's what I mean.
The way that they speak to me, it's like they're calling me auntie without saying the word auntie.
That's what I mean, and that's worse.
It's a subliminal message.
And it hits.
And it hits
It
every
really does
time.
hit.
Because it's tough, I think, to realise that you're no longer as the fresh one.
What did you say to me?
You're
no longer fresh.
You're no longer the fresh one.
No.
You're no longer the
I'm
baby.
fresh, my darling.
You're no longer the baby.
You're those like, you know those little scraps of meat in the butchers? No,
Yes.
not you personally.
No, I was like, is this all for me?
No,
No, but I think in general, when you're younger, you want to be older.
Yes.
And then you get there and you're thinking, where has the time gone? And why is each year speeding up?
Because everyone's doing more life, more blessings, happy 18th. And I'm like, The thing is, like, everyone's like, I can't wait. And then, like you said, you get in it and you're like,
We can wait.
what was that? Like, there is hype. And there is a freedom to being in your early adulthood or being an adult, period. But I kind of ask myself sometimes, I'm like, what is the hype about?
No, seriously. It's just aches, pains.
Oh, your knees are creaking again.
My knee. Someone was like, are you limping today? To me, because I was.
Do you know what's good for that though? cod liver oil.
And why do we
No,
know
but
things
now
like
we-
that?
Now we are the aunties because this is the same things my parents would be giving me
Literally,
before school
my
every day.
mum.
Cod liver oil, those multivitamins,
Do you
the
know what's
gummies,
so-
everything
do you
from
know what's
She
Costco.
went to Holland and Barrett the other day.
You went to Holland and Barrett?
Yeah.
No, I can't go there in person. I do my shopping online.
No, she came with the Mara, this is your vitamin D, okay? Take one a day. She started shaking the bottle. I was like, what is
I hide it.
this?
I hide it in the
No,
drawers.
guys, I'm still a child because I get the gummies.
Yeah,
but
true.
when I was in Holland and Barrett, obviously I was looking at the deals, making sure I was understanding just how much of the dosage is needed because sometimes they scam you with the supplements.
Tell them.
So I said, let me make sure. As I went to the counter, he was looking at me, looking at my products, looking at me again and thinking, why is she buying this?
What is her baggage?
Because we've got aches, man.
No, and it's too early.
It's a tough winter as well.
Because I feel like obviously there are. I'm acknowledging at the same time as us saying this, there are people who are older than us that are thinking what they're talking
My
about.
siblings are going to be listening to
No,
this. Like,
my sibling, my sibling is gonna be like,
Same.
what are you talking about?
because if we claim that we're aunties,
Then
what are they?
Grandma? Granny?
Listen, I got
Coming like that one
I got onto
YouTube
them
ad.
yesterday.
Mm.
I got onto them yesterday.
Why?
I feel like, but it's a healthy part of our dynamic. Like, you know, I cuss you out for being old, you cuss me out for being young.
No,
Like,
okay. Me and my brother do this thing where every like one of my sister's birthdays, we write in her birthday card like, oh damn, you're getting old, you're getting old. I remember writing in my sister's 21st birthday card like, damn, 21.
Next year.
No way.
Next year,
Next
I'm
year.
turning 21.
That is why age is such an ironic, I guess, diss. Because it's something that is going to that's going to happen to everyone inevitably.
It will catch up to you. God
Everyone-
willing, it will catch up to you.
God willing.
Yeah.
Because of the thing, we're saying, oh, they're old. You know what? They've been blessed to make it to that age.
Yeah.
For real.
Like, I'll be like, damn. Like, there are certain ages that aren't old to me anymore that I guess when I was younger, they were old to me.
Yeah,
25.
like 25.
Some
25 ain't old.
It's
25
not
is
old.
young,
Even
popping,
some
fresh.
30s.
Yeah, because honestly, do you think though it's the environment and the society, like the societal norms that we grew up with,
Yeah.
where they
100%.
portrayed 30 as like the end of your life?
Like
But
you're old
for
and crippled.
women, especially.
True.
Yeah.
Because for the men, it's all calm.
Like, I think there's an element of universalism for everybody.
Mm.
But I do think as a woman, I'm always conscious about my age.
No, because seriously, remember that phrase where they're like, oh, your eggs are gonna start drying up. Like that's actually so like bad to say. Why is
It's
there such
rude.
a negative stigma?
And if they
around
dry
age?
up,
'Cause
They're
maybe-
dried. What
and I
then?
think we are now projecting that in a certain way sometimes. When we talk about, are we aunties? We're not talking about it in a positive way.
No,
that's true. But to be an auntie is, I normally see being an auntie as a place of status. If I'm honest, you don't call just anyone an auntie. There's a certain level you
respect.
have to get to be called auntie, and all of us will be aunties eventually. But that's hard to swallow,
Swallow.
because all your life you're being told that to be at that age you're haggard, you're you know what I mean, like it's the whole witch stereotype.
Yeah.
And you don't want that for yourself. But then you
100%.
get older and realize that you're becoming more and more like these women each day.
Yeah. And there's nothing haggard about it as well.
That's why I think, again, I see with social media this idea of trying to, I guess, change the narrative about something. That's why you see this rich auntie aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, if I'm gonna be an auntie, I might as well be rich.
Yeah, but there's two sides to it as well.
Yeah.
Because like, why can't you just grow old and just be normal? Like,
Those aunties are perfectly fine.
True.
It's perfectly fine to be a non-judgmental auntie. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
A
I was about to say
non-judgmental.
distinction. Yeah.
If we look at it from a more positive way, in a more positive point of view, it's perfectly fine to be that auntie. It's just aging, and aging is a natural process. But even me turning 20 has actually brought on a crisis in my life
It's
that I
depressed
never
me.
expected.
No.
Yeah, you've been talking about this for a while.
It's stressful, and because I realize, especially when I'm seeing my friends turning 20, it's just like, listen, I don't have that much time left. The phrase "I don't have that much time left" is stressful, especially you. When you turn 20, I think that will be quite difficult, because even though I have friends in the same month as me, I realize, because I see you a lot, and I'm like, I'm a month after you.
Yeah. Nearly exactly a month.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit so quick, and between that, it's like a holiday period.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's gonna come around so fast.
Mara.
let's go.
I'm just saying.
In a way, I think the thing that I've been grappling with when it's this idea of becoming an auntie is the responsibility of an auntie. I'm currently 19. Anything I do now, to some extent, can be like, oh, she's 19. Oh, she's, do you know what I mean?
But that 20.
But as soon as you hit 20, you're 20. You're 20?
Yeah.
20.
But like, no, you're actually 20 years old. Grow up.
It's like at your age.
That whole grow up thing. And it's almost this subconscious like expectation of you're 20, do better.
Yeah.
And
although I do think that is narrative that hits you at every age.
That's what I was going to say.
Especially I feel like in this country, well, you know, the UK in general, I feel like responsibility is placed upon us so young. Because I look across the globe and I'm thinking, you lot are actually 20, grow up. But it's like, you're 20.
It's a mixture.
You're actually only 20.
It's a mixture of factors for me. I think, yes, there's a level of being raised in this country. I also think there is another cultural aspect of it.
Yeah.
I think I cannot ignore the influence of like my like cultural heritage and the, I guess, the expectations and the teachings that come from that, and how it's almost forced upon me this idea to not just like, I guess, physically mature, but emotionally mature at such a young age.
It's a triple layer. I feel like it's the environment, as in where we like live, then it's cultural, then it's also gender. Yeah.
And let's talk about how black girls
Yeah.
are forced to age quicker.
100%.
Because black girls aren't given a childhood.
No.
It's a literal adultification bias
But that is
that we face a lot.
Oh,
But this
okay.
is heavy.
That's heavy.
I was about to say
heavy.
about that's because of the hypersexualization of young black girls. That's why as well.
And I think even at 20, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to have to grow up.
Yeah.
At 25, I'm going to think the same thing.
Yeah.
27,
There's
I'm
never
gonna
going to
think the
be
same
a
thing.
time like I think I tried to make a conscious decision coming to uni that I was like, I'm going to allow myself to have a bit more of a childhood. But I think I also quickly forgot it when I was like all these responsibilities of like uni and everything. But I do think there's a level of a lot of people, they want to regress. Like they want to go back.
Yeah, because you don't really have a chance to enjoy it in the moment.
Don't run away from being an auntie. When it comes, embrace it.
No, we have to learn how to navigate it because it's inevitable.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we can't resist it. We're gonna grow up. We're gonna age. That doesn't have to be a negative thing.
Talking about us in the future.
Oh yeah.
What would you like to say to future Auntie Tammy, Auntie Mara?
How's that check? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. How is that check, babe? No, I honestly hope future Auntie Tammy, your life is full. All the relationships you have around you, they fulfill you. They make you. They don't define you. You're not nothing without them, but they add to your life. That you feel more and more each day secure in who you are. That you don't feel scared about getting older. That you just have this feeling of like you've achieved so much and you still have so much more to achieve.
Damn.
Oof, that was
I'm never lacking in substance.
Yeah, that's one
I'm
thing
never
for sure.
lacking in substance.
What would you say to
don't
Auntie Mara?
Mara, sorry.
Sorry, I'm like, can Tammy go last?
Auntie Mara, what would you say?
Auntie Mara. Ooh, I don't like that. I hope in the future you're open to receiving abundance, new energy, good vibes, vulnerability, and I hope you feel more settled within yourself as an individual. And
The sound effects.
and I hope that you can instill stronger boundaries so that, oh God, you lot look at me.
Oh no, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I'm like stronger.
I'm waiting.
Stronger boundaries so that you are more comfortable with the idea of saying no.
Wow.
And
That's a good one. That's a good one.
How do I phrase this? More comfortable with the idea of saying no, and more comfortable with not being liked.
What about you?
Yeah.
To Auntie Nell.
Yeah.
Auntie Nell, I hope that you're content.
Okay.
Maybe not happy, because you can't be happy all the time.
100%.
Happiness is fleeting.
But I hope you're content with life. That's all.
Amen to that, everybody.
Sweet to the point.
Now for an unserious promotional break. Hey, how y'all doing? I know we've been a bit aggressive in the past. Just wanted to, check in. Our social media pages are there for you to peruse. If you'd like to give us a follow, that would be really great. Bye for now. On to the show.
I'm gonna be real with you people, okay? Uni's sweet and everything. My bed here's calm. Got a good heating. Got a good kettle. Got good water.
We're struggling.
But it's not my house. It's not my home. It's not my bed. It's just it for a year. I miss my house and I miss my bed, people, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, well, you left that all behind. So now what?
What? I thought you were meant to uplift me.
No, we're down in the gutters here.
No, but it's times like this that I realise how far away I am. Because who told me to submit this on the UCAS records?
Because we all literally
Number one as well. Not even number not even number 4, 5.
This
number
was
1.
was this all our first choices?
Yeah.
We all were like, let's go up and leave the country and go Cardiff.
For real.
To the Welsh nation. We love you guys, by the way.
I
got a little flag in my room.
Shout out Cardi. she just mouthed. She just mouthed. No, I don't.
Can you not just let it fly?
No, because you don't even have. You don't even have your flag.
Oh,
What was the need for that?
so
Why do you have the dragon?
The dragon.
she doesn't even have the Welsh flag. She doesn't even have the Niger flag. Niger the Kerry last.
It's out there now. I'm Nigerian, people.
Oh, and not even the flag from your own town.
Not in my room here.
Oh, her little town, her little city flag. She has a city flag, people.
Stop it! You think people want chaos? Listen, I'm not a flag person. I used to fly flags in church, but that's it.
Yeah.
That was so fun. I can't lie to you. Flying the flags, doing the dancing when the worship was playing. When I do Mary Mary, Shackles, praise him.
Shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just wanna
Praise you. Hey, I just wanna praise you. 2000s church. Kirk Franklin, Mary Mary. A lot of these people had us in. I was about to say Shackles. No, we were liberated.
Tasha Cobbs,
Leonard. We're talking to you.
Israel Horton. Fam, what a time.
Riversongz.
Riversongz. Just Riversongz.
Listen, Premier Gospel Radio.
Shout out Premier Gospel Radio. Who you are, what you saying. If you know, you know.
We actually have to do a Spotify playlist for our page. Anyways, back to what we were saying. We're homeless.
How we left everyone behind.
Yeah.
We're homeless with homes.
Yeah. How are we navigating that, people? I know how I'm navigating that. I feel guilty.
Oh, Laura.
Oh, was I meant to say, oh, Mara?
No,
I do agree with you. I second that.
Yeah, the guilt is heavy, man.
I think we've all been in that.
I just try not to think about it too much because it makes me upset.
Because there's different categories of guilt.
Mm.
Because let's start with family guilt.
Okay.
Because I do feel like for me personally, that was the most impactful one. The one that I felt first was the guilt of basically just leaving all my siblings, my auntie, upping and going. Like my sister went to a uni fairly close by. We could get to hers very quickly compared to coming all the way to Cardiff.
Yeah.
And now, like, to even see me, these men have to hike, trek,
You know what
plow
I'm saying?
through sheep.
Well, I can just imagine sheep getting dashed left, right, and centre. No, but I think, oh, that's making me sad though, sorry. I think I didn't realise how much it would affect me because I was just very much used to this notion that I was independent. That I was just me, myself, and I. Like, I hope I sound good at the mic. I was very much used to the fact that I was like an independent person. Like, I still have conversations with people to this day, and they're like, "You really just up and left. Like, don't you feel anything?" They thought I was heartless, and I was like, I think the weight of school was getting to me, and I think that did. Even though I'm so happy to be here. I have to reiterate that. I'm so happy to be here. But I think wanting to be far away dictated a lot of my decision-making process when it did come to uni. Because when I look at a lot of my uni choices, a lot of them were far away, you know? And it was like, I was still, you know, intent on keeping the relationships I had, family, friends, all of that I still have. But there was a level like I was like, I want a fresh start. I don't want to follow you, man, to the same place as you people are going.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
And then when I got the first semester was okay, like I was fine. It was like halfway through the second semester that I felt this panging guilt. Like, and I think it's because of it was so chaotic in the first semester that I felt like it was easy to overlook it.
Right.
But when it hit, and I was like, to the point that I was calling my mum multiple times a week, calling my sister. Like, I was calling people from home because I was like, there was a heavy, like, I miss everybody. And there's not enough Christmas visits. Because the holidays, you would think, oh yeah, that's prime time to catch up and see your people that you've been missing out on.
You don't have the time.
I don't.
And it's so, like, you feel so guilty because the effort of like keeping up with messaging, contact, and updating you, because before it was just in the daily routine.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't have to tell my mum what I'm doing because she'd already know because she's around me and all of that. But now I have to be like, oh yeah, we're going here, doing this, and that's so exhausting. But then when you miss out on it, it's like,
because it works both ways.
Exactly.
They miss out on you and you miss out on them.
And then suddenly you're out of the loop. And
That's
you're thrown out of the loop.
That's it.
And when it's so much harder. I didn't understand when people said after uni it's so much harder going back home.
Yeah.
However, it's like when you go home for like Christmas and stuff, and everything's kind of changed, and it's like everything changed without me. And I don't get that because I'm part of this as well.
Friends getting into relationships was the bit that made me start to realise that I was like, damn, people are really like changing. Not like, it's just because, again, going back to what you said, Mara, I would see these people every day. And I think I took advantage of that to an extent. Like, I took that for granted, I mean. As in, I was like, oh, I see people every day, what's going to change?
Yeah.
Listen, I had to realise, especially with a lot of my friends, even for those that did come a bit further out, it's the neighbouring unis. Especially for people who I knew who went to the Midlands. They were in the Midlands, so they all know.
Yeah, they all travel together.
Yeah, exactly. Because you just pick up your own. You think I didn't catch you? But with me, I was like, listen, even something as going to visit friends, like, the train is no joke. Like, getting trains is difficult. Just travelling, period. Like, coaches, everything, like... And especially I realized when it came to just traveling home, like traveling takes such a big chunk out of the day that when you get back, you just want to rest. I can't lie, when I come back or when I go to see people, I actually just want to rest. So I feel like it's a challenge, I guess, with maintaining certain things when you transition from home to a new environment.
Yeah, I think going back to Mara's like point about being out of the loop, I think that was something, that first Christmas going back home rocked my world. Like actually rocked. I still haven't actually told my siblings this, but the inside jokes, I would say when it comes to inside jokes, me and my siblings thrive off that. Like our group chat name is an inside, like everything is about inside jokes. Then to go back home and to hear them joking about things or like discussing certain things that like my brother watches or my sister watches, and I just have been completely out of the loop because you don't think to tell everyone everything.
No.
Even if you're there, you're there.
So like it shakes you because it's like, okay, I can't even be mad because I don't tell them everything. Yeah. And then you feel guilty because you're like, oh, I don't tell them everything.
Exactly.
And it's this...
when you get called out for it, you're like, you don't even tell me anything.
Yeah, and then the cycle repeats. Yeah. Every time you go back home, reading week, more holidays, summer. And then summer, you allow yourself to get back into the rhythm of it.
Yeah.
Only to be taken out from it. Once again.
And it's just like another...
That's what I'm scared about next year. Because... yeah.
Right.
Because that year abroad, listen, it's not just also taking myself out from the environment that I've created at uni and that whole, the growing pains of having to move and transition between home and uni and being out of the loop and everything. I'm going to be out of the loop internationally. Yeah. Like, I think coming back from that is going to be so scary because I'm going to be like, so I've had so many conversations with you guys about this, about how much things are going to change. Yeah. It's acknowledging that. I don't know what's easier, not knowing things are gonna change and getting hit with it, or just acknowledging things are gonna change and being like so apprehensive about it in the anticipation of it.
I think self-aware is worse in a way.
Because you're anticipating.
You know it's coming. Yeah. And even though you know it's coming, you still don't know how. It's knowing the unknown. Like, that's such a hard thing to navigate. And it's leaving home is tough. I remember, like, when I went back home to get my braids done because we're struggling in this city. I stayed with my dad, and he like dropped me off. And then on the way back, I was coming back here. We stopped to see my nan, but I didn't tell her I was coming because I was just like, oh, I'll just turn up. And when I knocked the door and she opened it, she actually screamed. Like, she screamed and she started jumping and everything. I was like, please calm down. You're 70. Okay. Please stop jumping. And then she made me a whole dinner, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it made me so sad. I was sitting on the coach back. I was like, I was literally ready to cry.
And I don't actually, I know people always like want to move away from home. But I would have been perfectly content staying. Like, I have good unis in my city. Like, I really could have stayed, but it's wanting something different. And also I know how I enjoy being at home. Like, I wasn't ready to like up and leave. Like, you know how people are like, oh, I just couldn't wait to like get out. I could be very comfortable just staying at home. But obviously, I don't know, something about here was like, oh, it's a good one. And also like my course, and I didn't want to stay in the same, I just didn't think I would be able to grow the same way staying in the same city, because then
I don't want to be pigeonholed.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And then when I'm like, if I'm at uni and I'm going back home, it would just, I would still be so dependent and reliant on home, because it would be like a down the road. Yeah. In my humble opinion, but
that second degree, I said I want to come home.
Oh yeah.
I said I want to be close. I want to be like a train right away, not like I'm talking about the lines, the tube. I want to be able to do that. Yeah. Not have to go on a long train. Right. And then get on another train. And then get on another train. And then hop in the car. Like, I want my subsequent experience to be simplified.
I mean, we've talked about home and going home, and we've briefly touched on friends. friendships. Do you feel like your friendships have gotten stronger since coming to uni or leaving that kind of home environment?
That's my mum.
We'll keep that in. It went silent. We were like,
That is my mum. She has her own ringtone.
Aw.
That's
No, it's not R.
Cute.
It's because if I don't message her back, she'll bell my phone off. So that's why. It's fine.
I
Carry on.
feel.
Sorry.
No, it's right. I feel like it's hard to like define how. There's definitely been a change.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's been a growth period. There's, I guess, because again, like I've said, I can't travel to see everybody all the time because of, you know, uni and like where I am location wise. You know, there's an element of a relationship that suffers because you don't. I do think it depends on certain relationships are a bit more high maintenance than others. I think with friendships that I have that are high maintenance, this has been a very difficult period. Right. You know, like summer and everything. Even summer, I worked like
a dog.
Like I worked so much that it was like it might as well be the same thing again. But I feel like with the lower maintenance relationships, the energy was just the same. It was just kind of like we were already so used to like not needing that constant, like we have to be around each other, and it's not a bad thing, it's just some relationships are different than others. But I do think when you do have high maintenance relationships and you go to a completely different, I'm talking you are 3+ hours away from each other, and if you wanted to walk, forget it.
Forget about it.
It's hard. It's hard. And you know, especially it annoys me when I go back home because everyone in the Christmas period is that my mum again?
Just turn it off.
No, answer your mum. Talking about the guilt of leaving home.
Talk about the guilt of leaving home.
You should answer your mum.
Do you know we couldn't have planned that any better?
I think I have all my relationships, friendships are low maintenance. So it's not, I don't think they're strained in the sense of distance or anything. Because when we see each other, it's the same. It's fine.
You know them ones.
Yeah, no, like that's basically most of all my friendships. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm lazy. I don't think I gravitate towards high maintenance friendships. But at the same time, like the guilt of missing birthdays, big milestones, people get into relationships like.
That's the thing. There's so many milestones that happen when you're an adult, and the problem is like these aren't changes and transitions that we're encountering when we're in like our early adolescence or being teenagers. This is when we're in like our more developing years, you know, as adults and everything. So I'm like, listen, I want to be there when you're doing up your 21. You've invited me, like, and it just sucks when you can't pull up. Because it's not oh, I'm just here to do enjoyment. These are people you care about. You know, these are people who are part of your lives, and it gets frustrating. Like I get frustrated at myself when I'm like, because I start to reflect on myself, as in the guilt makes me feel like sometimes I'm a bad friend or I'm a bad daughter or stuff like that, because I'm like, why can I not just show up? I know 100%. Life happens, but this is getting ridiculous now. Yeah,
and it's you against you. Like nobody else is saying this. Like everyone can understand. Like your life goes on. You're gonna be busy and you're gonna have to do stuff. You're not gonna always be there. But it's the responsibility you place upon yourself as like an individual. Of, you know, if you value being a good friend, a good like sister, a good daughter, whatever, then it's like these things matter. And when it's kind of like out of your control, it's just a whole pent up ball of frustration, because it's like how do I navigate the two? How do I navigate developing my own personal life, but also bringing everybody who's around me and helped me got to this stage with me?
That's the thing. There's a guilt in that. That I want to touch on, this whole like people that have collectively brought me to this stage where I'm at as a person in my life, and it kind of feels like I've abandoned them.
Yeah,
I think it's understanding the terms on which you left. That's important.
Yeah,
because in some cases, people have abandoned the people they've left behind.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to be very real, some people have truly abandoned the people that have helped them get to this place in their life. But then in most cases, I would say, people need to sit back and understand why they left.
Yeah.
The people that supported them in leaving. It's not like, I think in most of our cases, people are like, stop, you can't do this. If you do this, you're betraying me.
Yeah.
I would say that I feel like I'm talking personally here.
Yeah.
The majority of people in my life actually encouraged me
100%.
to do better and to move on in this place.
Yeah.
I feel like it's about looking and understanding that and remembering that.
Yeah.
And you kind of do have to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
If at a point you're like, I kind of feel guilty for doing this, just tell them. I think with change comes guilt,
Yes.
but that guilt is productive.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. 100%.
that guilt allows you to understand areas that you may need to improve on, and areas that you may need more thought and discussion on.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with
Because
that.
we're all about growing and not settling. If the guilt is allowing me to grow as a person, listen, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna chin it and get on with it. If it makes me settle, I don't want it.
You always have to balance it.
Yeah.
It's irrational as well. Sometimes you can think, okay, I know I'm having a bad day and that's why this feels so heightened.
Yeah.
You always need to have like your rational side and your logical side. But that's not to dismiss the feelings there. It's just to acknowledge it, sit in it, and then move past it.
And the phone is a handy tool, people, because a lot of your loved ones are really only one phone call away.
Speaking of phone calls, I'm off to go FaceTime my sister. I've been Nell.
Oh, let me go call my mum. I've been Tammy.
I was going to go to bed, but I'm going to have to talk to my mum as well. I've been Mara.
And we've been the Not Too Much podcast. If you didn't know before,
You know now.
cut it.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, hey, cut it.
This has to I need to
Cut it. These prices way too high. You need to cut it. British government, British government, British government, British government. These prices way too high. You need to cut it. These prices way too high. You need to cut it. Coke.
COLC.